Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Senate, Your Excellencies, the Senate Leader, the Senate Minority Leader, and other leaders of the Senate, my very distinguished Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Mr. President, may I crave indulgence to specifically recognize my Senator, Senator Foster Ogola, that is representing me. Let me also recognize Senator Ben Murray Bruce, and then Senator Polka Emmanuel, who is the chairman of the Bayelsa State Caucus. Since we came in 2007, he's been chairman, and I think he's continuing as chairman. Your Excellencies, very distinguished colleagues, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my name is Heiniken Lokpobiri. I'm from Bayelsa State. I hold a master's degree in law, and after obtaining that, I took a cue from the Deputy Senate President, who encouraged me to proceed for my PhD, and I enrolled for my PhD in the Leeds Metropolitan University, and I've since submitted my final thesis, and I'm awaiting any date for me to defend, and then perhaps, be enrolled into that category of, scholars in Nigeria. I want to say that it's a very rare privilege to have been found worthy to be nominated by Mr. President to be a minister in his government. And I want to say and pledge that having had the opportunity of being in the Senate for 8 years, and if by the indulgence of the Senate, if I'm confirmed and sworn in as a minister, I will perform whatever role that is given to me, whatever ministry that is given to me, with the highest sense of patriotism and commitment. I will never indulge in anything that will bring this Senate to disrepute, as I've always known that I'm one of your own. I will never indulge in any action that will bring the Senate to disrepute. I will never do anything that will bring the government of President Muhammadu Buhari to disrepute. Thank you very much.
Application you did on environmental issues, and just educate us. What do you think? How do we defend going forward the environment in Niger Delta against oil pollution and those kind of things?
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Senate, I wrote a paper on environmental rights because as a scholar, I found out in the course of my research that there's a lacuna in our laws. Our laws, contrary to other jurisdictions, do not make provision for environmental rights. What we have in the Constitution is non-justiciable. It's just placing a duty on the federal government to ensure that the environment is being protected. But where the environment is being, destroyed, the individuals have no environmental rights, just like other fundamental human rights, to go to court and seek for redress. And so I wrote a paper saying that there is need for a law to be passed by the National Assembly to, bridge that gap. That is the content of my publication. And I was privileged to be chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources for 4 years. Part of the challenges we had has to do with funding. It has always been, the case where the liabilities in the water sector will be in the neighborhood of maybe 200, 300 billion, and the budget could be 5 billion, could be 50 billion, which, cannot in any way, meet the obligations of the ministry. And I also know the importance of water to life, and there was a study that was carried out, by the UN that showed that Nigeria is one of the worst countries in the world in terms of deaths arising from waterborne diseases. So I believe that, going forward, this Senate should take very pragmatic steps to ensure that the budget for water could be increased so that water could be, made more available, to Nigerians. In places where there's more water, there's less to drink. You go to Bayelsa, we have river. You go to Edo, we have river, but there's no water to drink. And we believe that, even the water, the fresh water in Bayelsa could also be converted, to drinkable water. Purify it. There are simple technologies that can be used to purify such water for people to drink, and also other parts of the jurisdiction, other parts of the country. Thank you, Mr. President.
It is the wish of the Senate that the nominee take his leave now. Distinguished Senator, and take your leave.